English short stories for beginners. 100 English short stories to improve vocabulary and learn English in a fun way. Learning English through short stories, episode 12. Number 80. I marry my office. Mr. Mayer is an accountant and works for a large company. He has regular working hours. Mr. Mayer starts his day at 8 o'clock and at 5 o'clock he leaves his office. Lately, Mr. Mayer seems ill. His colleagues say that he doesn't seem focused. What nobody knows is that Mr. Mayer has a secret. A short while ago, Mr. Mayer met his new girlfriend, and the real secret is that he met her on the street. As a matter of fact, Mr. Mayer has paid money for her time. One day, Mr. Mayer tells his colleagues that he's going to get married soon. But this colleague who has observed Mr. Mayer and thinks he knows something tells the boss that Mr. Mayer plans to marry a woman of questionable reputation. The boss tells Mr. Mayer that he is no longer allowed to work for the company when he marries this woman. Mr. Mayer thinks carefully about his options. Should he marry the woman or keep the job? Finally, he tells his boss, I am going to get married, but not to this woman. Instead, I will marry my office. Number 81. Dialogue. Today we have pigeon meat. Fernando has a Spanish restaurant in Tokyo. His restaurant is part of a large house where he also lives. Behind the house is a large, wild garden. One night, when Fernando just wants to close his restaurant, guests came in late. His Japanese wife works in the kitchen. She wonders why her husband wants to serve customers so late. Why do you still want to serve guests? She asks. It's late and I'll never get out of the kitchen again. The guests have already ordered wine, says Fernando. Plus, we still have pigeon meat in the fridge, so I told the guests tonight that I only have pigeon. Number 82. The Hermit. Some people say Michael Gomez is a hermit, but it's only partly true. The truth is living isolated in Andalusia near the city of Granada. A hermit is often poor in material things, and this also applies to Michael. He has no electricity, but he can get some for cooking as he has a stove, and in front of his house he has connected a generator. There is enough water in the black area of his dwelling. Water virtually flows off the roof and down the wall until it disappears in the floor. Otherwise, he is well equipped. He has a big bee and a homemade camping toilet. Once a week, he drives with his bicycle to Granada, where he goes shopping in a supermarket. Michael has a dream. He wants a modern toilet. Even more important, a real closed panorama window. The problem is his dwelling has several smaller entrances, and at the front of a huge over 5 meters wide entrance, the entrance is opened most of the time because no door fits and plastic foil doesn't help. It's cold and raining outside. But the view out of his enormous entrance is fantastic. Michael lives surrounded by mountains and wood, and from here he can take a wide valley and the opposite mountains. The view inspires Michael. One day he wants to become an architect. If this doesn't work, maybe writer or artist. One more problem is that no door and no window fits into the unusual form of this huge entrance. Friends say that it's impossible to install a panorama window there because Michael is living in a cave where 10,000 years ago bears and Neanderthal people used to live. Number 83. Retirement in comfort. Mr. Logan is an international salesman. He is traveling all over the world to sell computer software. The company he works for belongs to the most important companies in its field. Actually, the biggest companies of the world, such as Exxon, Mobil, FW, Dyson, Siemens, and even Airbus belongs to his client base. Although Mr. Logan is making excellent money, he would like to have his own business. Mr. Logan is making a life-changing decision. He decides to leave his company and start his own business. He wants to sell products from various companies and use his old contacts to get started. Unfortunately, things don't work out as expected. His old customers don't accept his new products. Instead, they prefer to continue to do business with his old company. Fortunately, Mr. Logan had saved enough money to retire in comfort. Number 84. The Barbecue Evening. Marco and Paula have children who still live in their house, but the couple has been separated for a short time. Fortunately, Marco still has a little flat in the city and has left the house to Paula and the children. Paula's parents are already 80 years old and have a silver wedding anniversary at the weekend. It's a beautiful, warm summer afternoon and Paula's father, Alberto, has an idea. Why shouldn't they arrange a barbecue evening in the garden? Marco, friends, the kids, and relatives. All of them would come. Besides, Alberto has always liked Marco. After all, they are both hunters in a hunting club. Breakup or not, it would be a great barbecue evening. Alberto calls his daughter and expects a promise for the weekend. It costs Paula a lot of conviction that Marco should be the grill master in his own garden. Marco agrees. Saturday in the afternoon, the moment has arrived. The grill is turned on while the children are playing and the adults are drinking beer. Music is blasting out of an old stereo. Alberto helps Marco and at the grill, although it is difficult for him and he had forgotten his glasses. Suddenly, it comes into Marco's mind that he has a present for Alberto. It's a big hunting knife with a boar horn handle. Marco explains that this is a very special knife from the traditional Spanish brand Mole, a knife for collectors. The beautiful evening has come to an end. As Marco is about to leave, Paul gives him a kiss and says that she wants to talk him to the next day. On Sunday, Marco and Paul meet again. She feels very grateful for this splendid barbecue evening. They have a conversation and Marco tells her that during their relationship not everything has been bad. Paul proposes to Marco for the children they could live together again. Indeed, after 1 week the family moves together again. Marco is very happy, especially because the cheap knife which he bought on his single vacation in Thailand didn't fail to make an impression. Watch the continuation of these stories in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this far into the video. Remember to subscribe to the Mr. English channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new video.